Bada bing, bada boom. You know what it is. Geeks are back on the scene. We have got a UFC fight night going down. We've got Derrick Lewis versus Serghei Spivac going down at the Apex. This is a big fight. Big boys going down. We're going to break down every single fight from the bottom to the top, prelims included. First fight, Tatsuro Taira, 12-0, coming out against Jesus Aguilar, 8-1. Off rip. Looking at the line, bro, Jesus Aguilar seems like he's super disrespected. I'm not feeling that. I think that off the Contender Series, this guy, dude, didn't he get a knockout? And he's a submission artist. So this guy's absolutely lethal. He's dialed. He can do both things. And Tatsuro Taira is only known for his grappling. So, I mean, if it goes to the mat, I don't think he's a fish out of water. And, if it's on the feet, I think he can land something crazy. So for those odds, I mean, that's definitely something that's entertaining. What's your initial
Dude,
breakdown?
I I don't know. I kind of think Aguilar's a one-trick pony here. I mean, short, very short stature. He's got those short arms, and he wraps up a nasty guillotine. You look at his record, it's just guillotine, 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 guillotine. We are the geeks. Maybe we should rip it, but I feel like Tyra is going to be well versed. He's going to be training to avoid that. Overall, he's going to be the better striker and grappler, which is why he is such a heavy favorite. I think if you're looking for the value play here, it probably is Aguilar by submission, but I think he's going to get it done in this one. He's just better everywhere. He just needs to avoid getting caught, and I think he does. I would actually like for him to show off some of that stand-up game in this one because he's going to have a pretty sizable height and reach advantage, and I think his boxing is better. Aguilar just kind of tries to power his way in and get takedowns, which he does push a good pace though. So we'll see.
Interesting.
I mean, no, yeah, I agree with both some things both you guys had to say. Jesus is an animal when it comes to those snatching the gi. But the thing is, I have it in my notes right here. I have safer route and an alternate route for Tatsuro to win, and the safer route involved standing at a distance. So he's got height on this dude. He's got 8 inches of reach. So, and then for Jesus, I got written, if he wants to win, he needs to get to the ground and get on top because I don't think being on the bottom is going to win him this fight. Tatsuro is just too big. I think he's just going to smother him and just stay on top. That's my alternate route for Tatsuro to win. But yeah, the line, some disrespect on it, but we'll see. I got Tatsuro at the end of it. But yeah, I had him down as one of these rookies to watch out for coming into this year. But yeah, let's see how it goes. This is one of the fights that I'm most looking forward to, and it's gonna be right off the rip. So I'm hyped.
Yeah, bro. There are some guys that even though they're or a very big favorite, you still got to ride with them because Tyra might be that type of prospect. He's just such a dog, undefeated coming in. What are the final picks going to be though, fellas?
If I had to pin one down, I would go Aguilar, third round.
I'm going to take Tatsuro Taira by decision.
Yeah, I'm liking that right there. Tatsuro Taira by decision, but I'm gonna look into maybe a knockout and decision dual method just to stay a little bit safer. But yeah, I'm liking the decision play.
Fire. Next one's a big old boy scrap. We got 185 pounders, Jung Young Park, 15-5, versus Dennis Tialulian, 11-6. This one's just crazy, bro. I'm taking Jung Young Park just because I remember Dennis Tialulian to be a guy that likes to be on the feet, and people sleep on Park's boxing, and Alpha L, this guy's coming to bounce, and he needs this win. Dennis is not exactly the craziest UFC caliber, got called in on a short notice, opponent. And, kind of here he is. Tough guy, though. So this would be a good one. That's just my kind of rip off, reaction. Is this would be a good one, but I'm taking Park.
Yeah, no, I feel you for sure. stylistically, this kind of seems like it's going to build up to be a war of attrition, because I don't see either dude having that one punch pop. They both like to get the punches going on the feet, not a lot of kicks. The difference for me in this one is Park's going to have that grappling to lean on. He loves to push the pace. He's the Iron Turtle. He's a tough dude, and he keeps going. And Tulian, he has good cardio in the stand-up, but when he starts to get grappled, stuffing takedowns, he loses some of that gas, and we start to see him fade rounds 2, round 3. I see Park taking over and getting the job done here.
I mean, slow and steady wins the race, baby. Give me the Iron Turtle. I love the fucking turtle, boy. He is humble. He just comes out and gets the job done. He has a high fight IQ. So I mean, he sees Dennis start to gas. He's gonna shoot the takedown, get him down. He's gonna win rounds. So that's what I'm confident in him going in there, getting 2 out of 3. But yeah, I'm liking a Park decision probably. But yeah, I remember his last fight against Holmes, Joseph Holmes. He got the sub, and the whole Vandy, I think it was Vanderbilt, Vandy baseball team was there, and they were all going crazy at the Apex, and he was like, "Shh, calm, calm." It was fucking dope. He was like,
Yeah, that was a fun scrap, bro. All right, well, I mean, let's move right into this next one. We get these girls that are banging it out. These 125ers, Ji Yeon Kim, 9-6-2, coming out against Mandy Bohm, 7-2. Not a huge reaction off this one, Goosey. What's your first take reading that one?
I mean, first take, I kind of was leaning Ji Yeon Kim. I go and look at the stats. Neither girl has shot a takedown in the UFC. It's going to be a striking fight, and Ji Yeon Kim's the best striker, the better striker in this one. She's coming in. I think she's on like a 1-5 skid in the UFC here, but Mandy Bohm is 0-2. So I don't think that either girl's really lighting it up. They're probably in the gym hungry. Whoever has been working harder going into this one's going to get it done. I think Ji Yeon Kim's got what it takes to get it done in this striking match, though.
Yeah, I think that, it's going to be to Bohm's benefit that it's in the Apex with the smaller ring, not going to give, Yeon Kim as much room to, dance around. So, maybe that'll help her in this. But yeah, I'm kind of feeling you. I think she's just going to kind of keep her distance, kind of land where she wants and kind of just be in and out. But she's what, 1-5 her last 6. So
She could be 2-4 though. She kind of got robbed against Priscilla Cachoeira.
interesting. I mean, still, so no staples on anything. I mean, these are the kind of fights where it's kind of like, who's the dog? But Fish, what's your take?
I mean, yeah, this fight's just gonna be I'm just gonna go with the over on this one. I don't know what else to really go for, but I don't want to pick either of them, so I'm just picking the over. I'm going the over. I mean, but it's just tough. I mean, this girl, Jeon Kim, I'm talking about now. This is at the end of 2020. The Sabrina Mazo canceled bout. She just has 10 canceled bouts and losses combined. Like that's just rough. I hope she gets a win, to be honest. But
Yeah. Final picks. I'm going Ji on decision.
yeah, same. I'm gonna ride that too. Striking.
Yeah, you can put that on my plate. Let's move into the next one. I'm pretty sure this is where the final start for these road to one. Let's get
Go to
this on.
UFC.
Road to UFC. Oh yeah, that's facts. And okay, we're ripping off Hyun Sung Park 7-0, coming on against Sung Gook Choi 6-1. Absolutely butchering these names. It's all right. I'm taking the underdog in this one because I've seen a couple highlights and I know there's a lot of hype. I know like Topology has like 91% on Park, but I like this guy's chance to get an absolute spark job early. I think that he's got bombs in his hands, and I think that this guy Park likes to play around in the first round. High stakes. Super weird. I think this entire card was supposed to be in Korea, so just kind of got dropped at the Apex, which is bizarre. But this is going to be a weird scene. I'm taking the underdog in this one. I think that tensions are high. These guys are about the same playing field, and Choi's got a little bit more pop in his hands. First take.
Yeah. Yeah, I think this fight's gonna be pretty sweet. Obviously both of them have won to this point in their tournaments. I do think the records might be playing into it. I mean, Park is 7-0, Choi is 6-1. Choi's a pretty decent underdog here, especially after Park got dropped in the first round last fight and then ended up snatching the rear naked choke. So he does have adversity factor. He's been through it, but you don't like to see a guy getting dropped off rip like that. Got a few holes, and I think why not take a chance on Choi here? So that's what I'm probably gonna end up going with.
Yeah, I mean, I like Choi. I like both of them. Both of them, they're super similar. I mean, both are the same age, around the same age, 26, 27. Both of them are 2-0 on that road to the UFC. But Choi, he's got the decision wins, and Park's got the finishes. So I'm like, in my mind, I want to ride with the finisher just because I don't want to let anything go to the judges. But like you said, he got dropped. So I'm swinging both sides. I like the dog pick, but I'm just gonna have to go with the finisher. I mean, it give me like a little Ilya Topuria vibe. You get kicked in the head, whatever, wear it, finish the fight somehow. But give me the finisher in this one. I'm gonna go with Hyung Sung Park.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Fair enough. I'm going with
Yeah.
Choi for sure, and I'll probably take him by decision.
Yeah, I saw he was training at Korean Zombies gym. I feel like no background here, but I feel like that could be the better gym in Korea. I know. Whatever. I'm gonna go Choi by knockout round 1.
Yeah, I think that he's been with the Korean Zombie for like a minute now. Like he's kind of been like a prospect of his. All right, no, let's go right into this next one. We got a 135er. Same thing. Road to the UFC. Rinya Nakamura versus Toshiomi Kazama. Rinyu's supposed to be that guy. I mean, everything that I've heard, go back and watch his tape a little bit. I mean, this guy's got some flashy pop and some character to him. You can't really understand a lot of this stuff he's saying, but you could tell that it's got some snaz on it. This guy apparently is supposed to be like the face of Japan. He's a superstar. So I don't think this should be a problem here. Obviously, Kazama's more of a jiu-jitsu guy. So just keeping it on the feet is probably what he's gonna want to be doing. And look for this guy to do some crazy shit. So I like the tape that I'm watching, and I'm taking him to win this fight. So what's your initial rip?
You look at the line, and you're like, damn, that's a bit pretty heavy favorite. I had him at -410, but you just look at what he's doing, and he's legit. He's got that wrestling background. Goose and I were talking about, it's going to be that jiu-jitsu versus wrestling, and I think in my mind, I'm going with the safer play. I'm just going to stick with the wrestling. So, but yeah, I mean, Goose, what you got?
I'm right there with you. Rinya, he's coming in with that freestyle wrestling for the Japanese national team background in the back pocket, and he's a real bull in there. He goes in there, just pushes a crazy pace. He's trying to get out as quick as possible. I mean, he's throwing a lot of strikes per minute in the short action he's been in there. He's got 2 first-round finishes. And to be honest, stylistic matchup, that type of wrestling with power and pop is probably going to be able to get the jiu-jitsu guy out of there. So I'm going to take Rinya round 1 TKO via ground and pound. What about you guys?
No, I like that. I like that a lot. I mean, yeah, the numbers are high. I mean, you look at the stats online, you look at that dude and it's like, damn, I'm picking that motherfucker right there. Like, you look at that shit, he's gonna smother this dude. That's what I'm thinking on the ground. He might just come in, just put him right on his ass and just go to town. Just like you said. Yeah, I agree with that for sure.
All right, I'm a rider. Let's go into the next one. We got Za Yi coming out against Yong Li, 9-1. Za Yi's 21-3. This is a interesting scrap here because Za Yi intimidating face off, all this kind of stuff, hearing stories about him trying to get in this guy's head and all this kind of stuff. Apparently he's gonna try to pull some stuff. This guy's quite the character, so wouldn't be surprised if this guy is, raising alarms at the weigh-ins or whatever it is whenever they see each other. I like that. I like that whole storyline. So I'm just gonna ride with him. I don't know too much about these two guys, honestly. I didn't really pick up with this tournament as much as I wanted to. So I'm taking Zhao Yi just on hype. But you guys got anything on these ones?
Off rip, what stood out was really Zhayi's experience. He's 21-3, where Li Jiang is 9-1. Probably the more impressive resume of finishes is gonna go to the Korean fighter this one, but he's also a minus 250 favorite. And I think Zha might be worth the dabble here because I mean Lee's got some sus fights on his record. He's got a split decision with a dude that's 1-7, and then he's also lost to a dude that I think is 6-5. Where Zha he's fighting the best of the best that they got over there. I think he's gonna come in primed and fired up, like you said. So I like his chances in this one.
I mean, I'm looking at it right here. I think I'm gonna ride with the dog on this one as well. But Goose and I were having a little discussion about some sus activity on the records, but yeah, we can't have none of that over here. So I'm gonna ride with Zha Yi on this one. Hopefully just gets him to the ground, stays out of some sub threats and smothers him. I'm gonna ride decision or knockout.
Yeah. Yeah, I like the decision for Zha in this spot.
I'm a rider. Let's go into the last
Yeah,
one of these road to the UFC bouts. Then we can get into the real stuff. But we got to get these tournaments off the rip. So we got Anshul Jubilee, 6-0. This guy's out of India. Interesting. And versus Jekka Serghei, 13-2. I don't know the flag for that country. Asia Southeast. This is gonna
Indonesia.
be Indonesia. That's fire. All right. So either way, we're gonna get a new kind of character out of this. I believe that both the guys get contracts, if I'm correct. I heard that going around. So I think we'll see all these guys again. But in this one, I heard that Jubilee has got some snaz to him. So I'm gonna ride this undefeated streak here. Blindly. I'm riding that. So what are your takes?
Yeah, dude, not a lot of film breakdown on this one. The line says they're close. I think it's like minus 105, minus 115. Jubilee the favorite, but very slight. Both of them are training in Indonesia. I don't know. We haven't seen like that kind of style really in the high profile MMA. So Serghei he has more experience. I'll probably pick him.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, he's well rounded too. He's got knockouts, he's got subs. I think he could play wherever this fight goes. So I'm gonna go with Jika on this one. But now let's see how it goes. Jubilee gets hit a bunch, and Jika's a little more defensive on the striking side, I'd say. But yeah, I mean, he could get it to the ground. He can stand up and play it safe at distance. But yeah, give me Jika in this one.
Yeah, I think Jubilee he pushes like a pretty high pace. He gets hit a bunch judging by the stats, but he hasn't shot a takedown. So Sarah guy, he's gonna have the grappling advantage. I don't know, maybe he gets clipped on the feet, but take the guy with the tools and the experience.
Fair enough. Yeah, no, let's go into the next fight. We have got this is the main card now. All right. Well, I guess we can just roll into this one. Um, Yasuko Kinoshita versus Adam Fugit. Dude, this one's sick because Yasuko is just electric character. Man, off the Contender Series, that was just a dope win. He had the celly. He looks like a absolute, clown in there, honestly, but it's lit because he's got absolute haymakers in his hands. And you know, thing about this is Fugit's got that experience. And I think that wrestling is really gonna come in handy in this fight. I don't think that this man Kinoshita is going to be built for the for those later rounds when it's going to get grimy and he's going to need to keep getting up. So I think Fugit's going to get this one done. Low key, third round swampage, maybe a decision tech, boring as hell. But I would just love to see Kinoshita win though. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm probably going to be rooting for the other side, but my not bold, but the point blank, that's my predict. Like that's what I think's gonna happen.
Yeah.
I hope not.
Me too.
Yeah. No, this is a kind of brain pick is going to be Fujit, but heart pick, I got to go with the boy. I mean, Kinoshita here, electric on the Contender Series. We all had heard about him. He was a very hyped up prospect going in. He's 6-1 now, and that one loss is because in his promotion they were allowed to like kick a downed opponent, and he was just like soccer kicking this dude up against the cage and grabbed the cage, and the ref DQ'd him. Kind of like a little John Jones 12-6 elbows thing we got going on. I'm not saying that he is John Jones, but we haven't really seen a weakness. Fujit on the other hand, he's got chinned a couple times. We saw him gas out against Michael Morales. That was on short notice, but if you push a heavy wrestling pace, you're gonna get tired at the end of the fight. I think Kinoshita puts hands on that chin and gets it done here.
That
I
would be
like
lit.
that right there.
That would be lit. That would definitely be lit. I would love to see that. I mean, I'm not a hater, but I'm just saying that guy would be a dope character to have.
Mm-hmm.
Fish, how do you see the fight going down?
No, yeah, I like Kinoshita, but Adam, I mean, dude, he's just getting a little old, he's got a negative strike differential. These are just things that I don't like personally, but now I'm a ride with the Yusaku Kinoshita. But another thing, he's finished all 6 of his fights, 4 knockouts, 2 subs. He gets after it. So hopefully he just doesn't gas. That's it.
Well, on the Contender Series, bro, he had good pop going in the third round. He was still looking clean. So I could see a later round finish in this one by Kinoshita. I'm gonna take the KO here.
All right. Well, I'm going the other way by decision. We're moving into the next one. We got Doohoo Choi, 14-4, coming out against Kyle Nelson, 13-5. Off rip, I mean, I'm just not gonna be a rocket scientist in this one. That's what's not what I'm gonna be. And I'm just gonna dumb it down and I'm gonna look at it with a broad light, and I'm gonna say, wow, this guy, has been dinged up, pretty bad the last few times in the octagon. And this other guy's got some serious pop. And he's a tough guy who's gonna be there. So, and I'm speaking about Kyle Nelson. I think that he's going to land a shot on Doohoo Choi, who seems to just keep getting hit in the wrong spot. So, Kyle Nelson, maybe he loses every minute of the fight until the third minute of the third round. I think he connects. So I'm taking I think Kyle Nelson finds a finish in this fight.
Yeah. No, I mean, Doohoo Choi out for 3 years. I think I heard something about his military requirements or something. They have like a 2-year deal that you have to go be in the army. He's back now. He didn't leave on the best note, and maybe this 3 years will be a turning point, get him turned around, heal that chin up a little bit, because he was starting to get splatted there. He was fighting good competition though. Probably better than Kyle Nelson's level right now. But Kyle Nelson does have some bombs in the hands. Jai Herbert is very game. He made it close with him in London. I think I'll take the more active, he's not super active either, Kyle Nelson, but I've seen him more recently, so I feel more comfortable with that pick, especially at a decent dog value here.
No, yeah, I mean, Dooku, like you guys said, he needs a win bad. Both these guys honestly need a win pretty badly, but give me the dog in this one. I'm gonna trust the dog in this fight. Just get in there, and I definitely see some ring russes, but this is probably going to be a barn burner just based off of how much these dudes get hit. I'm looking at it. It's just these dudes are going to be touching each other up. So it's probably honestly closer to a 50-50, but and when it's like that and you got a dog value like that, you just got to go with the dog like that. So give me that.
Yeah. If Troy comes correct, he might have the recipe, but the odds of him coming in peak form here are gonna be tough. So I'm gonna take Nelson. Probably gets the finish.
Yeah, I'm riding that.
Lego.
Heavyweights: Marcin Tybura 23-7, Blagoy Ivanov 19-4. Just a big old scrap between a couple big old boys that are just gonna stand in there and bang with each other. For the people. Marcin Tybura a little bit lighter on his feet for sure. Probably gonna be the slicker guy in and out in a fight where maybe not as much wrestling as you'd think. Tybura really good in the clinch. So in case that kind of happens, I think that he'll have the advantage there. So I think that, standing up, this goes to a decision, and Tybura is on the upper hand of that. And not too much thought into that one. I mean, Tybura is a good volume striker for heavyweight. So, I mean, nothing too crazy to happen. Maybe a couple big shots, but I mean, I think he cruises.
Yeah, let us not
Yeah.
forget about who he fought last. He took out a 16-0 prospect. So I'm just gonna ride Tybura in this one. He knockout or decision. Simple as that.
Yeah, no, I think the only thing that you can be pretty positive of in this fight is that rounds 2 and 3, we are going to have some very tired, fat, but very tough guys in there, and they are going to be scrapping, breathing heavy as well. And I think that Tybura, he's got more to mix up. He pushes a pretty decent pace. It seems like every fight he's in, we see him just going in there to brawl. Blagoy as well, but Tybura by decision sounds right to me.
Let's go. Yeah, I'm riding that. I think Fish on the same page. Yeah, KO knockout decision. All right, we're moving into the co-main. It's Dawoon Jung, 15-3-1, coming out against Devin Clark, 13-7. Devin Clark has a serious game plan, and that is pressure, wrestle, in your face. And if he can't get that takedown against the fence, he's just a whole lot of leg kicks and hesitancy. So I think that Da-Un Jung's takedown defense will hold up, which is the biggest factor when you're fighting a guy like Devin Clark who just wants to push you up against the fence and keep dropping you on your ass. I think it holds up, and it stays on the feet long enough for Devin Clark to just kind of make a mistake. He's a good fighter. He really is. He's good all the way around. Like, you'll see some great performances from Devin Clark, but there's going to be some performances against certain guys that he can't really bully around as much that are going to be a problem for him. He's really good when he's a physical, like, presence, when he's bigger than his opponent or he's stronger than his opponent. But that seems to be the problem. That's the crossroads I'm at right here, is that Da-Un Jung is going to be a little bit too strong for this guy to do what he likes to do. So, yeah, that's my rip.
Yeah, I think a lot of what you said. Devin Clark, he was on a real run. And then once he reached that next level of UFC fighter, it seems like he still has the skills, but when he gets that adversity, sometimes there's some doubt that goes in his mind. There might be a physical presence in there because everyone at the top of 205 is a killer, but we've seen some interesting performances from him, and the fact that like it'll be competitive until it's not, and then it's just really rolling downhill quickly and snowballing for Devin Clark. I think a guy as much of a physical presence as Da-Un Jung will be able to stuff the takedowns. He's got 88% takedown defense in the UFC, pretty damn good. And he's got bombs in the hands. But then again, dude, every Da-Un Jung fight, you look into his resume and you're like, why did you draw with Sam Alvey? How does that happen? Especially late, because that was the one that Alvey was kind of holding on to. Like, this guy still could be decent, but I don't know. Fish, what do you got?
I'm riding with Da-Un Jung in this just because I think that just might be the biggest Asian I've ever seen in sports besides like Yao Ming. But this dude is fucking huge, bro. Devin Clark's gonna have an issue, like you said, getting him to the ground. Like Goose said, takedown defense is great. But yeah, give me this boy to lay some hands on Devin Clark. Give me a KO or decision.
I'm going round 2 KO.
Yeah, Da-Un Jung knockout. Round 2. Ooh, I like that.
Yeah. All right, we got a minute left. Let's rip this. D-Lou versus Spivac. I'll be short and brief. I don't think that I got a pick in this one. What do you got, Goose?
Spivak, I think he gets the takedowns. He grabs the upper body and does trips to get to the ground. D-Lou loves that uppercut on the way in, but I don't think he's going to be shooting like that. I think Spivak gets the takedown. We see the ground and pound TKO round 2.
I agree. I think the longer it goes, the better the chances are for Spivak, obviously. But he's going to get it to the ground. He's going to ground and pound it. I have him by knockout or sub. But yeah, he's going to get it down on the ground, finish it. That's how I see it going down.
Let's go.
D-Lou does look in shape. That running clip did kind of get me fired up, but I'm going to use my head, pick Spivak.
Let's go. All right. Thanks for riding. Let's go. Those are the predictions. Full card. Whoop-de-doop.